You are sick and tired of being sick and tired. You need to lose weight, get fit, and take back control of your life. You're so busy. Work, kids, school, and other life commitments. Where do you even have the time or the know-how? That is the problem. And this show will give you the answers. Here is Bryce Henson and Jake Stewart, your host of the Fit Life Orange County, a show dedicated to busy men and women focused on taking back control of their fitness and their life, with help from the ideas, programs, and guidance from local experts here in Orange County.
Hey friends, welcome to the Fit Life Orange County podcast. My name is Coach Bryce Henson, and I'll be one of your co-hosts along with my colleague and business partner, Jake Stewart, who is another co-host of this show, and very excited to launch our inaugural episode. And really, this is the foundational episode, just really to set up future episodes, to give you perspective of the who, the what, the why, and more information. So that all said, I'll kind of get down to it. So who is this show for? Well, it is for the everyday man and woman here living at a local podcast here in Orange County, California, that's busy with work and school and kids and all this, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but know that you and that audience needs a solution of health, fitness, more support, guidance to really achieve, their fitness goals and your life goals, but ultimately just having a better quality of life. And really that's the name of the game and really the big purpose of the show, which I'll transition to, which is the why. And way more than a tagline, our mission here at Fit Life Orange County is to inspire fitness and change lives every day. This is the reason that we put the show together. And giving you a little origin story, who I am. I'm a local health expert. I'm the owner of Mission Viejo Fit Body Bootcamp. I'm also the CEO of Fit Body Bootcamp, which is an international franchise. But way more than that, I'm a fitness coach and really at the foundational level, a transformation story. And fitness had an incredibly big impact on my life. And it's my mission to share that with you and the rest of our community and world. And give you some perspective, I've lived in Orange County since 2004, but originally I'm from the Midwest, which is a great place, amazing people, but not necessarily the fitness capital of the world. So when I moved to Southern California back in 2004, I was excited to be in Los Angeles, or at least initially Los Angeles, moving to Orange County a year after. I was excited to be here, the palm trees, the blue skies, all that Southern California has to offer. But if I'm being very candid with you, I had more dark days than good. I didn't have energy, enthusiasm, excitement, very little professional skills. But really, when you break it down, what I was missing was fitness in my life. And I can't say that I was obese, but I was about 15, 20 pounds heavier than I wanted to be, very little in a muscular frame. And I lived that way for the first 2 years of living in Southern California. But then at that point, a fortuitous situation happened. One of my dear friends from back home, still very close to me to this day, moved from the Midwest, Michigan specifically, where we went to college, into Orange County. We lived together, and if you can believe, it took me a few months to finally muster up enough courage to say, hey, Adam, can you show me a little bit about this fitness thing? And something a little bit about Adam, giving you some backdrop. He was not on the cover of Men's Health, but he could have been. He had the six-pack abs, the glistening muscles, the energy, the confidence, the enthusiasm. All the girls loved him. I certainly looked up to that. So after a few months, I finally mustered up enough courage to ask him if he could show me about fitness, and he did. But one thing he did, just like a good coach would, he set the expectation, because I guess fitness is simple, but it's not easy. It takes a little time to transform. And he said, Bryce, I will show you everything that I know, but I need your 90-day commitment, and really over a 12-week commitment. And the reason he asked for that, because he said, Bryce, how many friends asked me in college how I got fit, and if I could show them the way, and how many actually stuck with it? And the answer was virtually zero. So ultimately, he gained my commitment. Over the next 12 weeks, he introduced me to fitness. He introduced me to circuit training, clean nutrition, but most importantly, coaching and accountability, because I would love to look you in the eye and say, hey, I would have done this by myself, but unfortunately, I can't do that. When I look back in hindsight, it was really that coaching, that accountability, in addition to the circuit training and nutrition program, that really laid the foundation for my success. And yes, over a period of 6 months, I dropped 20 pounds of body fat, I put 20 pounds of lean muscle, but way more important than that, it really shaped my life. It changed my life for that matter. I had more energy, confidence, enthusiasm. From a work perspective, I went from one of the least performing sales rep in my company all the way to the highest performing sales rep in my company. And really one thing had changed, and that was fitness. And I was really inspired ultimately to give that gift back, and just a big aha moment I had in my life. And ultimately about a year later, I decided, after being approached by someone who was watching me lift weights and watching me, for my transformation, if you will, if they could have some help and coaching and accountability. And then a light bulb went off and I thought, wow, I could ultimately give this gift of fitness back to other people. So I did the most logical thing I possibly could do, which would be enroll myself through the National Academy of Sports Medicine, becoming a certified personal trainer. And ultimately, I got certified. I began coaching clients on the nights and weekends. But it wasn't until early 2012 when I saw the Fit Body Bootcamp model, because really Adam just introduced me to fitness, circuit training, nutrition, coaching, accountability, all the things that Fit Body Bootcamp ultimately offers. And a light bulb went on. I thought, okay, this worked for me. I'm helping other people in big box gyms on the side. But wow, to actually create and execute a program and launch a program here in Orange County, initially in Yorba Linda, but ultimately landing in Mission Viejo, that could really do the same thing that was done for me, but just on the mass level. And that was really the birth of Mission Viejo Fit Body Bootcamp in early 2014. And it's been an incredibly important and transformational journey, not only for myself, for my team, our clients and community. And for as long or as much as we've done in a very good way, we're just getting started. So the excitement is certainly there. And especially, if you take a look at just what's happened over the last few years with the global pandemic, it's really shined a light on the need for health and wellness. And be very candid, there's a big need. Nearly half of our population, according to the CDC, is statistically obese. In fact, many of the people that suffered severe complications with COVID, even death, were statistically obese, which is a huge issue within our country. So by getting people lean and off obesity and ultimately living a healthy and fit lifestyle, that's going to better our community here, that's going to better your life, our local businesses, and ultimately our world, which is the big mission here. So that all said, that is who the show is for. That's the why we're putting the show together. And really, the last characteristic, or if you will, or category, is the what. Okay, so we have the show compartmentalized into a few different categories. Number one, you're going to see some Transformation Tuesday stories, if you will. So a couple times a month, we're going to be releasing client case studies who have actually done what you want to do and our audience wants to do. They've transformed their mind, body, and soul through fitness. So we want to showcase those stories to you. We want to inspire you with those stories. The second category of the show is that we're going to be interviewing local experts, health coaches, doctors, chiropractics, nutrition coaches, restaurants, basically any coach, consultant, organization, or expert that can really add value from a health and fitness perspective. We want to interview them, showcase their knowledge, and really inspire you and really educate you in the process. And of course, as I say this out loud, if you know any really strong health experts that can add value to the show, drop those names in the comments. We'd be happy to reach out, follow up, and potentially get them on as well. And then lastly, my co-host and I, both Jake Stewart and myself, we are health experts and coaches, and we have been since early 2012 and 13. So ultimately, this is a labor of love for us. This is a passion for us. And we're going to be teaching content, teaching health, teaching nutrition, different concepts, so that way you can take with you and be educated as well. So that all said, that's the high-level overview. The last bullet point is the frequency. So we plan to release an episode every Wednesday from an interview style and or a content style between Jake and I. So those Wednesdays are the interview and then content-based stories. And then every other week, so about 2 times a month, we'll be dropping Transformation Tuesday episodes, if you will, for those client transformation stories. So that all said, that is the big vision of the show. We're super excited to have you. And again, our mission here with Fit Life Orange County is to inspire fitness, change lives here in our local community. And we are so appreciative for your support. That's all for now. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.